It's our first river crossing. I just got across. Christian's coming now. We're on the Eagle Rock Loop in Arkansas. First part of it, we're on the Viles Branch Trail now. First crossing, success. All right, so we've been hiking for about 45 minutes. We've gone 1.2 miles so far. We're heading clockwise on the Eagle Rock Loop in Arkansas. So there's Christian up ahead of me. We are stopping just to take a quick video from up here. We're on a kind of a little overlook on a bluff overlooking the river. Not sure how good it's coming up on video down below. You can see kind of the rapids down there. We've been on a trail up above it. We had a little climb to get up here, and then we've been running almost parallel to the river for a while. We're 1.2 miles in about 0.2 of a mile, we'll be crossing back over that river, which we'll do several times during this hike. But I wanted to get a little video from up here while we had a chance. All right, 2.3 miles in, kind of taking a little break, looking at the scenery. Hit a little cave across the river there. We're a little above the river still. We've crossed back and forth over it. You can see off in the distance one of the peaks that we'll probably be crossing later today. There's the river. We've crossed it, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. Pretty much every time your feet and pants get dry, it's time to cross the river again. We'll be crossing it again pretty soon, but it's the view where we are right now. 2.3 miles in, trying to get 10 miles today, or at least close to it. We'll video some more later. So from all the videos I've watched for the Eagle Rock Loop, I think it's mandatory that you're supposed to stop and video this refrigerator that just kind of appears out of the middle of nowhere on the trail. Every video I've seen, the theory is that it probably was caught up in a flood somewhere and somehow ended up here. But very recently, Ramrod and J-Bone and I can't even read the other name, signed the refrigerator, so maybe they're claiming it. I don't know. Today's November 1st, it's dated 10/2020, so Ramrod and J-Bone are claiming this refrigerator in the last couple of weeks. All right, so we've been on the Little Missouri Trail for 3.2 miles now, and we're about to take a right turn onto the Viles Branch Trail, and that's what Christian has already made the right turn on. So we'll be on a new trail now. All right, so we just crossed the Little Missouri River right here for about the 3rd or 4th time today. Water was about knee deep here. This supposedly is the widest and deepest crossing on the whole loop, and we got through it okay. So should be okay with the rest of the water crossings. If we got through this one, we should be fine for the rest of the loop. It's about knee deep, water very cold, and hopefully we won't get in knee deep water again. So back to the trail, and we'll be hitting some peaks in the next few hours. All right, this is Viles Branch Creek. We've gone about 4.4 miles. Stopped and took a little lunch break for about 20 minutes or so. About to get back on the trail again. Hoping to put in about another 4 or 5 miles. We have about 3 miles to go till we get to the first big peak. Eagle Rock Vista. Eagle Rock Loop is the name of the trail. The first peak we come to is Eagle Rock. So hopefully we'll get past that and maybe one more peak before we set up camp for tonight. It's about 1:30 right now. If we can keep up the pace we've been at so far, we should be able to get in our goal of 8 to 10 miles today. If we get through the first peak or 2, we'll be a little over 8. So that's what we're aiming for. Christian, say hi.
Hi.
He's playing Tecmo Ball, so he doesn't want to look up from his phone right now. But we're about to pack up and start moving again. All right, we've come to the end of our time on the Viles Branch Trail. We're about to take a right here onto the Athens Big Fork Trail, heading that direction. We'll be going uphill to Eagle Rock Vista, which is the highest peak on Eagle Rock Loop. Hopefully we'll be up there pretty quick. It's 2:30, so we've been hiking for about 4 hours, counting our little lunch break. We've done exactly 7 miles to this point, so we're hoping to get another couple miles in, hopefully, before we set up camp for the night. We're going to try to start setting up at about 4 o'clock because we're not sure what time the sun will go down. But got to the end of our time on Viles Branch Trail. We'll see you some other time. We won't be on this trail again for this hike. For the next rest of tonight and first part of tomorrow, we will be on the Athens Big Fork Trail, which is what we're fixing to start on. All right, this is our view from Eagle Rock Vista. We've decided to go ahead and set up camp here for the night. We ended up doing about 8 miles today, which was our goal. We wanted to get at least 8 miles in on the first day. Got up here and saw the view and decided, you know what, let's just camp up here for the night. It's almost 4:30, and with the time change now, it gets dark earlier, so we don't want to risk running out of daylight to set up camp. So we're gonna just set up our tent right back over there. There's Christian. We actually got cell service where we're at up here. It's the only point on the trail where we've had cell service, so we decided to take advantage of it. Called home, checked in, did a little Facebook video, that kind of stuff. And now we're gonna set up our tents, get a campfire going, cook supper, make camp for the night, get some sleep, and got 5 more peaks to do tomorrow, but none as high as this one. This was the toughest climb, so we got this one knocked out of the way today. We also did about 15 river crossings today. A couple of them, water was almost waist deep. So we'll get to dry out. Temperature tonight's supposed to be in the 30s. So want to try to eat and get to bed early, get inside the sleeping bag, stay warm. Try to get an early start in the morning and get in a lot of miles tomorrow. So we'll film some more later on. All right, that's our view of the pre-sunrise, I guess. It is November the 2nd now, Monday morning. Beginning of second day on the trail. 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the sky out to the west right now. And that's the sky back to the east where the sun is rising. It is 32 degrees right now. Very chilly. Was warm in the tent, not so warm now that we're outside of it. Christian went to go take down the bear bag, and when he gets back, we'll start boiling some water for some coffee and start the process of tearing down camp and hitting the trail, hopefully fairly soon. But it's our view of sunrise this morning. Okay, so this is morning of day 2. Full moon last night. You could hear the coyotes howling down in the valley, all across the valley actually. And then if we look around the other end of the sky, we've got sunrise about to happen over the Cossatot Mountains in western Arkansas. This is our view from our camp from night 1. Kind of go back around this way and you can see our campsite. There's our tent. We had a little fire going last night for a little while, but that's where we're camped. We're on Eagle Rock Vista, and about to break camp, boil some water, make some coffee, and hit the trail again for day 2. But that's our view. All right, there's the sunrise on day 2 on Eagle Rock Loop. We are camped at Eagle Rock Vista, getting up our first wake up morning on the trail. About to make some coffee, pack up camp, and hit the trail. But had to video the sun rising over the mountains. Ought to be a good day. Okay, this is East Saline Creek, our first water crossing of the morning. We didn't leave camp till about 8 o'clock this morning. We've been on the trail for about 15 minutes now. Come about 3/10 of a mile, all downhill. Gone down about 300 feet. We were low on water, so Christian is filtering us some water right now. We're gonna each be carrying 2 liters of water for this next stretch. We're getting into we got about 5 peaks left to go. We did the first and biggest peak last night, camped on top of that at Eagle Rock Vista. Back up that way is the way we came down from this morning, and we're going to be going that direction now, uphill, to go up the second of 6 peaks on this trail. And then once we clear the peaks, it ought to be mostly flat and along the Little Missouri River for a long stretch of trail. We're hoping to camp somewhere around Little Missouri Falls tonight, but just getting started today, filling up our water. We'll be doing a lot of ups and downs over the next couple hours. All right, so we just crossed the Forest Service Road 106 with the West Blaylock Trailhead. Kind of have a little small waterfall here. Across the road and heading on the trail, we have gone up and down the first 2 of 6 peaks. We got 4 left to go. We're about to start heading back uphill. We've been hiking for about an hour and a half this morning, making pretty good time. We're almost at 3 miles now. A few more climbs to make before we get to some flat terrain. All right, we are at Straight Creek. It is 12:30. We've gone 7.5 miles so far today. Decided to stop and have lunch here. We started today from the top of the first peak that we had to cross, which was Eagle Rock Peak. We went down this morning, and then we went up and back down peak number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. We have 1 left. We're gonna eat lunch and then make that one last climb. That'll be the last mountain that we cross on this trail. After that, it'll flatten out the rest of the way. So I'm gonna have lunch before that last mountain we gotta go over. And then hopefully we'll speed up our pace for the next few hours and make some good mileage to get to camp tonight. All right, we have finished the mountains. Just finished the Athens Big Fork Trail. We're about to get on the Little Missouri Trail now. Going over in that direction. Just had a little fall coming down the last mountain. Twisted my ankle, but we've only got about 4 miles to go where we plan on camping tonight, and I think I can make it, so we're gonna try and push through. All right, we made it to our campsite on day number 2. Ended up hiking 13 miles today. We did 8 yesterday. Today was kind of rough because not only did we do more miles, we actually went up and down 5 different mountains. We got to the top of the first one last night. There's 6 mountains total on this trail. And we got to the top of number 1 last night, camped there. So came down that one and then went up and down 5 more. And of course, on the way down, on the very last one, very near the bottom, I managed to kind of take a face dive turned my ankle towards the bottom of the mountain. So the next 4 miles or so to get to this campsite, we were kind of slow because my ankle's kind of tender. Take some ibuprofen tonight, put my compression socks on, and hopefully be okay to finish up in the morning. We have about 8.5 miles left to get back to the truck from here. What the plan is, we'll see if we stick to it. Plan is to try to wake up at about 4:30 in the morning. Start out hiking in the dark at about 5:30 or so with headlamps on. And I'm thinking 8.5 miles with the way my ankle is will probably take us around 4 hours, give or take. So if we step off from here at 5:30, that should put us getting to the truck and on the road by about 10 o'clock or so. Take us 6 or 7 hours to get home. So that's the plan. We'll see if we stick to it. Otherwise, we don't have the same kind of view that we had last night camping on a mountain, but pretty nice campsite. Tent there. Got a little fire going. We're about to cook supper. Kind of relax for a little while and get some rest. Finish it up tomorrow. All right, it's about 5:30 in the morning. We're on the last day. We are near Little Missouri Falls, right at the trailhead for Little Missouri Falls. We've got about 8 miles left to get back to the truck. So we decided to get the headlamps out and do a little bit of night hiking to make up for some time. Final morning. Okay, not sure how good the video is because it's still kind of dark. It's about 6:15 in the morning. We've made it to Little Missouri River Falls, waterfalls over here. We've got about 8 miles left to go this morning to get back to the truck. So we got an early start, still in the dark. We just made some coffee and a little bit of breakfast. Wanted to stop for the view here at the falls before we continue on. Hopefully there's enough daylight so that we can make this out in the video. I'm not really sure. Alright, welcome site. We got back to the truck. Ended up doing 9.3 miles on our last morning to get back to here. So a total of 31.3 miles is what we hiked. 8 miles the first day, 14 the second day, 9.1 this morning. It is 10 after 10, finishing up. We're gonna change clothes, put our gear in the truck, hit the road, go get a hamburger for lunch somewhere on the way home. Got about a 7-hour drive. So we should be home right around time it gets dark tonight. That was the goal. So had a good trip, and hopefully everybody else is going out there to vote today. It is election day 2020, and see you next time.